What's up, guys? It is another recap here for the Houston Astros, and this is definitely going to be the toughest one because this was a rough stretch of games for the Houston Astros. But we'll go ahead and talk about it. We'll break down the games that have passed this week. Also give you guys 3 storylines that I want to talk about, and of course we'll go ahead and look at the standings, see where the Astros are as far as the playoff discussion is come to play, because the Astros are in a playoff discussion. So if you guys want content like this, make sure you guys subscribe to Saw Sports. If you guys haven't already, click on that notification bell so you'll be notified when we drop videos just like this, and of course when we do our live streams from Monday to Friday around 6 p.m. Central Time, and of course on NFL game days when the Texans are playing, an hour before the game and immediately after the game for the post-game show. So make sure you guys are notified for that. If you guys want a deeper discussion with guys like Ed Honcho, Wink, Darren, Breaking News Braylon, Tinny, myself, Ray, you guys gotta join the Discord. So how do you join the Discord? It's pretty simple. Either you join the Patreon, sign up for that $5 tier, or you become a member of our YouTube channel and join the Super Saucy tier. Those are your 2 options. You do that, you get put in the Discord where you can chat with us and other Discord members, and you get to be part of our live game discussions where we're watching the game. You're gonna watch Wink get mad at me because I'm 5 plays ahead of him. And then also all the conversations that we have. I guarantee you it's a good time, so make sure you guys do that as well. So without further ado, let's get going with this video. Alright, man, so let's go ahead and recap these games. So the first series of this road trip was a 4-game series against Anaheim Angels. Actually was going to be a 3-game series, but due to the fact that the game postponed from the when it was the Houston home series against Anaheim, had to move over to here, and so they had a doubleheader here, which they played on Saturday. So on Friday they lost 6-5, then lost on the first doubleheader 10-9, the second doubleheader 7-6, and then lost on Sunday 9-5. It was just a rough game. Now you guys know what I've said about the Angels. Their pitching is an issue, but this team has a lineup with hitters. They have Anthony Rendon, they have Mike Trout, they have guys that can hit. This is one of those games where the bullpen and pitching just got exposed really bad, and all you really can do from there is just move on and keep pitching. That's all you really can do. And so then you go into the Oakland Series, which is once again a crucial series. This is a team that you're competing against to try to win the division with, but it's definitely looking very favorable to Oakland as of right now. And you lay an egg in the first game, losing 6-0. Then on Tuesday you had a doubleheader with the Athletics because of obviously when the Astros were playing their home series against Oakland. On that Sunday game, someone from Oakland, I don't know why I keep saying one of the players, but someone from the Oakland staff tested positive for COVID, so they had to move that game to this series. So this is the doubleheader for it. And then the first game, the Astros lose 4-2, and then the second game, the Astros win 5-4. The one thing I want to highlight about that 5-4 win was that was the bullpen day, and the Astros won on a bullpen day. So I mean, it's not the best of score lines, but the bullpen did enough to at least get the win. And then today, so to give you guys reference, it's Wednesday, literally immediately after this game against the Oakland Athletics, the Astros lose 2-3 after having a 2-0 lead. Let the Athletics come back. You don't put Josh James in a 2-run lead. I am sorry. I want to see Josh James get better, and I know that he needs to go out there and pitch in order to get better, but this isn't the game to do it. You go out there, you put out a reliable pitcher. You put out a reliable guy that can go and handle a 2-run lead against Oakland. All these games now mean something. All these Seattle's right behind the Astros now. The Astros struggled in this road series so much that now Seattle is somehow in the conversation for second place to go to the playoffs. this is not the game to go out. This is one of those things. Once again, I'm calling out Dusty Baker for a boneheaded decision, because of the fact was this wasn't the game to let Josh James go there. Go to a reliable pitcher. Let them go there and get the game over with. This was a win this was a win that the Astros needed to finally relax and go into this Thursday final game against Oakland, which obviously this video is probably going to be dropped around Friday or Saturday, depending when Honcho can do it. So that final game of the series, which will be on Thursday, it's going to be a day game. So Honcho will put the score right here so you guys know what that game is. But that game could have been so crucial for the Astros. So obviously, whatever the score is for that game, you'll know that either the Astros were able to come out with 2 wins from this 5-game series or lost this series 1-4. So there's the reference for that. But let's get going with some topics. Alright, so the 3 storylines. Alright, let's get this going. So the first storyline is Dusty Baker has been making some really, really frustrating decisions. I mean, he's been doing that all season. But the fact that he keeps pitchers out there for a lot longer than they need to be. Prime example is that even on that win, on that win on Tuesday, he kept Chase DeYoung out there longer than it needed to be. He gave you 2 solid innings. It was supposed to be a bullpen day. Everybody knew that, okay, these guys aren't going to go out there, pitch 4 innings or 3 innings, especially for a short 7-inning game. Chase DeYoung gave you 2 solid innings. That's it. Go on with the next guy. Let them, pitch out. It's the same thing with Framber Valdez, man. I give props, man. Framber has been great. He's honestly our second best pitcher next to Zach Greinke. You might be able to throw him over Zach Greinke, but I would say he's our second best pitcher right now. He's been doing everything that Dusty Baker has basically demanded, which is keep asking me, hey, can you go out there for one more inning? Can you go out there for one more inning? But, man, give the man a break, man. I don't know how many more games do you need of him throwing 100 pitches. Give him the break. He was solid all throughout, and then you go and put him back out there. He gives up some hits. He walks some people. You're hurting his confidence when you do that. When they do a good job, give them the rest, and you better hope your bullpen does their part. It was very frustrating to watch. Just poor decision making from Dusty Baker. That's number 1. Number 2, the pitching is imploding, and I mean, I know that the pitching isn't the best. They've given up a lot of walks. That's one of their flaws, and eventually someone was going to expose them. And unfortunately, this road series has basically exposed that. There's still some bright spots in this pitching, but clearly there's still a lot of issues. And the fact is, the injuries, the lack of experience that we have with these pitchers, it's all adding up. And even though we have a great pitching coach in Strum, even though we have Martin Maldonado, those guys still have to go out there and throw. And unfortunately, some of their throws are just not, they don't have control of it. If they're off, they're off. They're on, it's great. But it's definitely taking its toll, man. And it also doesn't help with the decision making of Dusty Baker, either keeping them out there too long or. So pitching is definitely an issue. I know that throughout these videos I haven't really emphasized that much in pitching. I'm not blind, people. I know the pitching isn't spectacular, but I thought that the hitting was more of an issue, because if you're not producing runs, and I mean in those games, I mean they were close, and I still say that the hitting is still an issue. I mean, if you look at the past game against the past series with Oakland, they're not putting up a lot of runs either. So at least not what they were doing with the Angels. So there's that. So that is the second storyline. And number 3 storyline, weirdly enough, I need to end this on a positive note. It's an appreciation post for Michael Brandley. Michael Brandley has been playing solid for the Houston Astros. Especially since coming back from that injury, he's been hitting great. He has a 330, well, probably not a 330 batting average anymore, but he definitely has a plus 300 batting average so far in this season. But he's looking really well. Uncle Mike, man, shout out to him. He's just been doing as much as he can for this team in this rough stretch of games, trying to be that spark plug. And I mean, unfortunately, the pitching isn't giving him its due. But shout out to Michael Brandley, aka Uncle Mike, for just holding it out, man, and definitely showcasing, you know. And what's funny is the fact that Michael Brandley, the way he's performing, I mean, Astros might have to think about trying to keep bringing back this season. But, you know, you also have Springer, and Springer hasn't really been performing that well either. But with Michael Brandley performing over him, like, that's an interesting question for you. Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Uncle Mike, or would you rather have George Springer? Looking at him right now. But, I mean, obviously you guys are going to talk about potential and all that. But just a curious question. Who would you rather have, Michael Brandley or George Springer? I mean, I'd rather have George Springer. I think he's the younger player, and obviously the better outfielder since he plays center field, whereas Michael Brandley plays left field, and that's not necessarily a difficult position to go get for. You could probably put Kyle Tucker over there and have Josh Reddick on right field anyways. So that's just an interesting question. Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Michael Brandley or George Springer? But, you know, props to Michael Brandley. He's just been showing out pretty well. So I'm happy to have him, because ever since the Astros brought him in, I've been very happy, because he's just a pure hitter. He's not going to be that guy that's going to hit home runs, but he's just a guy that's going to hit and just put you in the best situation possible, even when the rest of the team isn't doing that so much. So thank you, Michael Brandley. All right, man. So looking at the standings, the Astros are still in second place, now being at 22-22, which is kind of funny, because just guess give you guys a slight update on another team. I mean, you guys, I really can care less what's going on with them, but, well, no, I'm petty too. But the New York Yankees are dropped to third place with a 22-21 record. Toronto is above them. Toronto's been a great team anyway, so I really don't care. But the Yankees have had their struggles, and so there's, I guess, some sort of silver lining for us. But the Astros are still in second place. The team behind them is the Seattle Mariners. I wouldn't worry too much about them, and I mean, the Astros will be able to deal with them at least eventually, as they'll have one more series with the Mariners. But definitely, you know, the Astros need to start turning things around. They're at 500, which is great, but they need to go back, and they need to get back into winning some games, because you don't want the Mariners somehow coming in. But also the fact is, I don't think it's very likely, but the Angels could make a run. I mean, they're 5-5 for their last 10 games, most of it coming from us, but that's a thought. I don't think so. Honestly think second place is still attainable for the Astros, and that's not necessarily me being like optimistic or anything like that. I just know the fact that the teams that are below second are just not going to be consistent enough to contest for that position. And so I think you guys may call me out maybe if it doesn't happen, but I think second place is still a very easily attainable than what most people are right now, especially with the struggles right now. There's some more concerns, and people may be thinking that maybe we're not going to make the playoffs, but the postseason, the Astros are probably going to make the postseason, and that there's no real doubt to it. But the Astros are in second place. Maybe a team to worry about is the Mariners, but I wouldn't. So really, they're right now losing to San Francisco 10-0, to give you guys some sort of reference. So I wouldn't really worry too much about it. If I get worried, then you guys should probably start getting worried. But as of right now, I wouldn't worry too much about it. All right, so that's week 7. There's only like 15 games left, almost like 15 games left in the season. So, like I said, man, all these games are going to start meaning more and more. Especially, it's going to be up to the Astros to definitely get some wins here. So, Astros have a day off on Friday, which I'm gonna tell you right now, it's going to be very much needed. And then they go into a 2-game series against the LA Dodgers. It's going to be very highly anticipated, as these are going to be primetime games. So the Saturday game will be on Fox, and then the Sunday game will be the Sunday Night Baseball game on ESPN. So be on the lookout for that. So the Astros will be on primetime, and I think it's mainly just because it's the Dodgers. It's the Dodgers. That's why. But we get to see good old Joe Kelly again. So that's gonna be fun. and the Dodgers look really, really good right now. So it's gonna be definitely a challenge for the Astros, but we'll see what they can do. Maybe they can, shock the world, for sure. But we'll see. But go into the comments, man. Tell me what you want to take away from this week. What was your storyline? What do you want to spill? Spill your sauce on the comments. Also, make sure you guys like this video. Make sure if you guys haven't subscribed to Sauce Sports, click on that notification bell so you'll be notified when we drop videos just like this. And of course, when we do our live streams from Monday to Friday, from around 6 p.m. somewhere around there. And of course, when we do Texans game days, an hour before the game, and then immediately after the game, we do live streams as well. So be on the lookout for those. And if you click on the notification bell, you won't have to, because then you'll be notified. All right. Also, if you guys want a deeper discussion with guys from the Roundtable or at Honcho, make sure you guys join the Discord, man. There's 2 options to do it. Either you join the Patreon and sign up for that $5 tier, or you become a member of the YouTube channel and join that super saucy tier, and it'll put you in the Discord. So make sure you guys do that, because I'm pretty sure once the season kicks off, I think we're gonna start not letting people join the Discord. So just saying, might as well do it right now. As well, we have a Twitch channel. You'll usually see Wink there doing some Madden Ultimate Team stuff. Just there, playing some Madden. And then you'll see me on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Right now, primarily playing MLB The Show 20, where I'm basically doing a road to the show where I'm playing a young Edward Honcho, trying to move up in the Houston Astros system. It's very entertaining. We've given him a few monikers at this point. Dr. Double, Mr. Grand Slam. He's been hitting some walk, honestly, right now. So we're actually now in our 2nd season. We've been tearing it up right now in AAA. So I think it's a matter of time that Ed Honcho is going to be a Houston Astro. So definitely be on the lookout for that, man. And if you want to be notified, besides just through YouTube, but know about the other things that's going on, maybe some polls, maybe some stuff that we do with social media, make sure you guys follow us on social media, man. On Instagram and Twitter at SauceSportsHTX, and our Sauce Sports Facebook group will be notifying you also about videos and things like that through there, and also when we do get on Twitch as well. So make sure you guys subscribe to us, follow us on those social media platforms so you guys can be informed as well. But that's all I really got, man. So chunking up a deuce. Y'all stay saucy.
Perfect.